Alright, day 51 of the fast. 8:14 p.m. March 22nd, 2024. 51 days ago, I decided to go on an instant gratification and sugar fast for 4 months. The details of that will be in the description. But today, I went ahead and tried to draw, and I noticed that it was like I lost what I learned in like 2 days. This is a month of constant practice, and I took a break for 2 days to get my thoughts in order, and it just like, it was not working. I felt like I did much better. And ironically, in my procrastination, I actually found that, well, not found, but was reminded that is normal. It doesn't mean I've lost progress. It just may have had a bad day. It was like in terms of drawing. I was only gone for like 2 days, not showing up to the task. And today, I'll admit, I procrastinated it. I found ways to productively procrastinate it, don't get me wrong. Like I went ahead and I did a lot of Bible study and also tried to find a solution to the problem I was facing. But I wasn't really able to get anything done today. But instead of just keeping track of the days, like I said, I don't even keep the track of the days on my fast. And there is a reason for that. It's like I don't want to keep track of progress day by day, because in the long run, that just sets me up for failure. It's like, imagine this, right? You go on a diet. You say you're going to try something for 30 days. So 10 days you're doing well. But on the 11th day, you don't just break your diet, you go completely ballistic. And like go completely against the idea of it even. Maybe it takes you a couple days to recover. Something that I'm kind of dealing with now. But you counted those days. You have 20 or more days to go, at least. Ideally. And that's not even counting for the couple days it takes you to get back on track. But now, you're comparing your progress from 10 days to your first day. And it gets harder and harder and harder to stick with it, because you are bogged down by the guilt that you just weren't able to go the full 30 days. That's part of the reason why I don't really keep track of my fast day by day, and also I don't want the mental tax of doing that. I don't want to know how many days I'm on it. I just want to do it. When you're keeping track of your days for whatever you're doing, progress, self-improvement, diet, whatever, you're not actually keeping track of the progress in a way. You're keeping track of your record, essentially. And if you can't break your record, it's disheartening. And sooner or later, subtly, you start to just give up. That goes with anything. That goes with I know most of my audience is men, so that goes with something like seed retention or self-improvement, fasting, any of that. Even mental health. It's important to keep track of the progress, but don't try and treat it like it's best way I saw it explained was, don't treat it like it's day trading. When people day trade, they keep track of their stocks day by day, and they like try to sell and buy appropriately. What they don't realize is that in the long run, that's actually going to hurt them. But the people who really profit off of stocks, they don't actually keep track of it day by day. They might come back and check on it once in a while, But for the most part, come on, get out of there. Come on, move, get out of the mist. I forgot I was diffusing oil. Let's just see how he reacts to it. But, where was I? The idea of day trading is, in the long run, that kind of hurts people because they're not actually getting their profits, if that makes sense. Whereas like the people who are really profitable when it comes to stocks and bonds and stuff like that, they're more thinking about the long run. They're not counting the days. They're not counting the profits they get. They're consistently putting in whatever they need to put in. They're showing up to the task day by day. And then after a while, in the future, they look and they're like, oh, this is doing well. This is doing bad. Need to change this. But this one is okay. I'm just going to keep doing that. Sometimes this can be like 3-6 months, weeks, usually varies. And I feel like improvement in any field is exactly like that. Improvement in art is like that. And I had to be reminded of that. I have to remember that if I really want to go far with it, if I really want to learn to enjoy it or make it a career, I have to keep in mind that there will be days where I'm just going to feel like I have no business doing it. And there will be other days where I'm like, I wasn't exactly impressed, but I wasn't disappointed at all. And then there will be some days where I like have that real victory, that win that makes me feel great. It was like I did something, I couldn't believe I did it. I've had moments like that already, and I've gone through all these stages, and this is just another stage. And the thing about progress is that it fluctuates. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's really, really bad, and other times it's just okay. It doesn't really go anywhere. But as long as I'm showing up to the task and putting in effort, I will see progress. I will see progress. I just have to keep showing up to the task. You will see progress too, if you just keep showing up to the task. Technically, by my own rules, I actually admitted that I wasn't sure if I broke my fast or not, but I basically considered it like I did, but I was going to continue anyway. And I think that's a great example of just keeping consistent with showing up to the task. We're on day 51 now. And the only reason I know that is because I know how to do math. Like, I have to look at the date and remember the time I started and go backwards from there. That's how I figure out what day I'm on. That's why sometimes you'll see me fiddling with my phone while I'm on these videos, is because I'm actually trying to look at today's date and then reverse engineer it so I know what day I'm on, so I can mark it in the video. And I've even considered maybe I'll come back and do this again next year. After I finish, of course. I'm going to finish, and I've already visualized the victory, what I'll get out of it. Everything just being successful. I have 3 goals with this fast. It's to get closer to God, get closer to myself, and get closer to my purpose. And right now, I do believe my purpose is rooted in art or creativity of some sort. And I feel like God has been leading me to do that. And that's kind of why I always felt incomplete without it. A lot of people will ask me if I wanted to be a therapist, but I honestly told them that I wouldn't be able to handle it. I get too attached. I wouldn't be willing to go through the problems a therapist does. But I would be willing to go through the problems that an artist or a storyteller does. At least I think so. Maybe in time I'll figure that out. Maybe in time I'll figure out I was wrong. I am completely open to that. There was a time where I wasn't pursuing art because I was afraid that if I find out that I wasn't an artist for some reason, that I would have nothing else. But I can honestly say that I'm still afraid of that, but not in the same way. I at least know that if I find out I was wrong about my purpose, I can go find a different one. And I know that God will lead me to that, as He's already led me to this one. The theme of these videos is action over thought. Because I am a chronic overthinker. That's kind of where my little ask more questions comes from. I essentially turned my weakness into sort of a strength, I think. Because there wasn't really any question that I wasn't willing to ask, and I noticed that. So I do that in my day-to-day life. But I try my damnedest every day to act more than I think. And I'll be honest with you, I fail at it a lot. I'm still learning how to do that. Even tomorrow, I'm worried I'm going to this art garden thing, and I'm worried I'm not actually going to get anything there. And it'll feel like wasted time. But I realize even if I don't meet anyone there, even if I don't get anything out of it, it would be a great way to decompress and rest for Sabbath day. And I just confirmed it was open tomorrow. So I'm going to go. And this one is to God, but if I'm not supposed to go, just don't even let me wake up tomorrow. I'm going to shut off my alarm. You just wake me up when you feel right. And if I do wake up tomorrow, then that means I'm going. Without even thinking about it, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to wake up, call the Uber. As soon as I wake up, probably going to struggle waking up first, as I always do. I'm still working on that. And figure out the rest later. It's in the River Arts District, so I know there's gonna be like places where I can get food and drink there. So I'm not gonna worry about breakfast. I'm just gonna make this the first thing I do, and while I'm waiting on the ride, I'll just brush my teeth, fix my hair, whatever. But with that being said, I'm gonna cut it off there. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. May God bless you in your endeavors.